Hello friends, and welcome back to the horror section. This is going to be a pawn shop pickups video, just showing you a few things I picked up at the pawn shop lately, so here we go. First off, I got one called The Psychic with Casper Van Dien, and seems like I've seen this movie. It's a little older, it's like 2003, 2004, but I couldn't really tell you that much about it. But it looks pretty cool though, and it's one of those older, it's an old Lionsgate, so they're usually kind of hard to find sometimes, so I figured I better grab it. Because, you know, it could likely go out of print. It probably already has, because Lionsgate don't really keep their older movies in print very good. So sometimes they're hard to find, so I figured I better grab this before I can't find it. So, like I said, if you've got any information about any of these movies I'm showing, please leave it in the comments below. I'll be interested to hear, you know, what your take on some of these movies are. But thought this one looked pretty cool, so I figured I'd grab it. And of course, that's The Psychic. Pretty cool little cover there. I kind of like that cover. It's pretty neat. Then I got one called The Assassins with Chow Yun-Fat. And this one looked pretty cool. It's a Well Go USA release, and they release a lot of these kind of Asian fighting movies. So I'm hoping this one will be pretty good, but not really for sure on it. I'm hoping it will be, but I mean, I've got a few of these, and some of them are pretty good, and then some of them I didn't really like too good, but this one looks like it might be pretty interesting, so hoping it will. And of course, that's Assassins. Then I got another copy of Trick or Treat, and I finally got one that actually looks like it's in pretty good shape. Some of these are, most of the time when I get them, I don't know why, every time I found one of these, there's a lot of water damage on the paper cover, but this one actually looks in good shape. I think I found about 5 of these, and 3 or 4 out of the 5, all the paper is pretty much just awful. Looks like they threw it in their bathtub or something. That's how bad the paper on them is, but this one's actually in good shape. This one's a pretty decent movie. It's not too bad. Of course, it's got Gene Simmons and Ozzy Osbourne in it, so it's a pretty wild movie. Pretty entertaining. Not too bad. And of course, that's Trick or Treat. Then I got one called Trigun, the Badlands Rumble. I don't even know what this is. I usually get a lot of these animes because I got a friend that likes these, and sometimes I'll trade them to him or sell them to him. So I just grabbed this one. It looked pretty cool looking though. Not really for sure about them. I don't know too much about anime. I don't really watch them, so I couldn't tell you anything about it. But it looked pretty cool. And of course, it's a full-length featured film, so I don't know if this was like a TV show and this is one of the movies for it or what. I guess that's Trigun Badlands Rumble. Then I got one called Midnight Mass, and I've seen this one before, and I've seen the side of it, and I wasn't thinking too much about it. And I figured, well, I'll just look at it, see if it's the same movie, and it was. But this one, if you look here, screener, trailer, not for rent or sale. So if you've rented or bought this movie right here, please call this number. But I kind of flip it over. It's pretty interesting on the back here. It's got DVD features will include cast and crew commentary, behind the scenes footage, and bloopers. Day and date DVDs availability only $24.99. There you go. Trailers on Nemesis Games, Beyond Reanimator, The House of a Thousand Corpses, also available in Spanish, 6-month cable holdback, and 60-day pay-per-view window. So there you go. You can order this movie for your rental place. One low price, no goals, no programs. Available for under $30. There you go. DVD, the order date is 6/10/03, so this one's pretty up to date. The VHS is 6/17/03, and then the street date is 7/8/03. So there we go. We better be getting this one pretty quick. But like I said, if you want this one in your rental store, you better be getting on it, because this is going to be a hot item to get. And like I said, if you've rented or you've bought this movie from anybody, please call this number. So Midnight Mass screener. I thought that was pretty cool. So anytime I find one of these screeners, I know the Horror Man enjoys them, and I thought this one was pretty cool. I find more VHS screeners than I do DVDs, so I was glad to find this DVD screener of Midnight Mass. I thought that was pretty cool. And we go from a screener to Screamers. Pretty cool little science fiction horror movie. I like this one pretty good. I really enjoy this one. It's kind of a fun movie to watch. It's pretty much just these little robots that keep evolving and evolving until they, just keep changing their shape and form and stuff, and they're always coming after people. It's pretty much in the future, and most of the people are dead, so they're on, I guess, a different planet, I believe, and these robot kind of monsters are out there, trying to kill everybody or whatever, and they're trying to figure out if there's more life on the planet and stuff, and they go out in the desert after them. It's a pretty cool little movie. I enjoy it. It's pretty cool. One of my favorite kind of sci-fi horror movies I really like to watch. The sci-fi action thriller of the year. So pretty cool. I was glad to find this one. And of course this one is Screamers. Pretty cool. Next up is one called Angel Blade with David Heavener. And then Mark Singer from The Beastmaster. Margaret Kidder. And Amanda Rigonetti. And she used to play on a TV show I liked called The Mentalist. So it's got some pretty cool little actors on here. It sounded like a pretty good one. It seems like this one was pretty hard to find, because when I looked it up online, there wasn't too many places selling. I think Amazon had a couple, and eBay did, so I figured it was pretty hard to find, so I went ahead and grabbed it. And it sounded like a pretty cool one, kind of like a suspense thriller, like a serial killer type movie. Might be pretty good, I'll have to pop this one in and check it out, just see how good it is. And of course, that's Angel Blade. Pretty cool. Then on Blu-ray, I got Dragon Ball Z Kai. I don't know. Like I said, my friend likes anime, so whenever I find some weird anime, I'll pick it up. And I mean, I've heard of Dragon Ball Z, but I don't really know that much about it. So I thought that was kind of cool. It's a pretty good set. It's got like 2 or 3 discs in it, so might be pretty good. I don't know. I just don't watch that much anime or whatever to know anything about anything of it. But figured I'll get this and trade it to my friend, or maybe sell it to him if he was wanting to buy it. But that's Dragon Ball Z Kai. So, And here's another one, a very odd title. Rurouni. I don't know. Kinsu. And of course, this is part 2. This is the Kyoto Inferno. And then I also got the third one here, The Legend Ends. And I didn't get the first one. I guess it's called The Legend Begins. I don't know. I have no idea. But I seen these two, and both of them come with a digital code, so I grabbed that. I thought that was kind of cool that these come with a digital HD code for it. So I'll have to check it out on my Vudu. I'll probably try to trade these away, but I don't really know anything about them. And I looked these up on Amazon, and they were still going for a pretty good price, so I figured I'd grab them at the pawn shop, They look pretty interesting, too. I mean, I don't really know that much about them, but, I mean, just pretty cool. If you've seen these or heard about anything about these, kind of leave it in the comment below, because I don't really know that much about them. They look kind of interesting. I wish they had the first one, too. I would have grabbed it, but I got these two. And that one's pretty cool. The little guy in the background, he's kind of in both of them. I guess he's the main bad guy maybe or something. I'm not really for sure. Then I got to Know What You Did Last Summer on Blu-ray. I kind of like this one pretty good. It's kind of like a slasher whodunit, kind of like a teeny bop slasher whodunit, but I still have fun with it. I kind of like it pretty good. It's not too bad. This is just one, I guess, one that most people don't really enjoy that much, but I thought it was alright. I kind of like these. As long as there's a good mystery to it, you don't know who the killer is, I usually like those, so, you know, pretty much anything with a good mystery in it I enjoy, so I kind of like this one. And was glad to find it on Blu-ray for pretty much nothing much. I Know What You Did Last Summer. Got a pretty cool teeny bop cast here, and dude always reminds me of Justin Timberlake. I think it's Ryan Phillippe, but he looks like Justin Timberlake to me. So, but I don't know. But I Know What You Did Last Summer. And last but not least, I got Halloween H2O, 20 years later. Sensational, smart, and non-stop scary. Of course, it's got LL Cool J in there. There's Jamie Lee Curtis, so it's got a pretty cool little cast there. And, I mean, I don't mind this one too bad. I mean, they're all, usually after the first and second one, I mean, you know, the ones with Michael Myers kind of run together to me, all the older ones. I mean, I guess you could say newer ones, really. But, they just kind of all run together, and, you know, this one, it's not that bad to me. And like I said, I looked this one up on Amazon, and there was only like a certain amount of copies of it, so I figured I'd grab it, you know, just in case. And it's one of these Echo Bridge, and usually a lot of these Echo Bridge, like, I guess they're still around, but they maybe don't have a license to the movies as much anymore, and a lot of their Blu-rays are harder to find. Some of them are out of print. You know, so if you see an Echo Bridge, kind of look it up online and see if it's going for anything, because sometimes they are, sometimes they ain't. So I guess they've just, I don't know, just not printing them anymore. They either don't really care about making any more of them, or, you know, or they've just lost the rights to them or something. I'm not really for sure. But I just figured I'd grab this one. Looked pretty cool. I like that cover. That's a pretty nice little cover there. Halloween H2O, 20 years later. Pretty cool. And this is, of course, a Miramax. I guess Echo Bridge is kind of teamed up with Miramax, because that's what a lot of theirs are, you know, the horror movies that they used to put out. I think you used to be able to get a lot of these Echo Bridge at like Dollar Generals and stuff like that. You could just go in there, they'd have a bunch of Blu-rays when they first come out. But like I said, now they're kind of harder to find. So that'll be it for my pawn shop pickups. I've just shown you a few things that I picked up. If you liked the video, please subscribe if you haven't already. And just thank you for watching. And until next video, have a good one. See y'all guys. See ya.